Hello, welcome to Revelator Alf. It's a radio podcast thing. I am very, very ill. So it's all wrapped up and a bit of a cold, but I just wanted to do a quick broadcast here to let you know that I'm going to be coming in this evening around about 5:30 for an extended live show. I'll see how it goes, and I'm trying out a new system. I'm also doing live streams direct to Twitch as well, so YouTube and Twitch. So we're going to have the chat coming from both sections, so we'll see how that goes as well. So basically it's all going to be about motorcycles, it's all going to be about sports in general, motorcycle sports. I've got a lot to talk about with the Dakar Rally, which has just finished in Saudi, but also motorcycles in general. And then I'm going to be doing a live watch along show for the Harley Davidson live launch of their new motorcycles 2023, and that'll be Wednesday 4 p.m. UK time, but I'll start at 3 p.m. so there'll be lots to talk about there. But listen, there's going to be lots of news coming out in the next couple of weeks. I've got a few videos on the YouTube channel as well, but I am going to be changing this up a little bit. I say apologies for my voice, apologies if I sound all nasally. I've just been coming off the back of a horrendous man flu, as it is, and it kind of knocked me for six, really. But, it's a very disappointing weekend in terms of sports. My beloved West Ham got another spanking, and so that's not very good. So God knows what's going to go on there. I've got lots of thoughts on it. I do a lot of, occasional now, guest appearances on a West Ham fan channel, West Ham Network, if you're ever interested in that. But I love all sports. I love football in particular. Motorcycle sports I love as well, but I suppose if there's one sport, it'll always be football, and it'll always be West Ham. That's the one. So for me growing up, there's always football and motorcycles, as hand in hand. There were parallel passions, as it were. But going for just if I had to separate the two, I would say as a kind of the thing that I'm actively involved in, then that would be motorcycles. But my passion is always towards football as well. So a massive football fan, and just as always lots to talk about with football. I gotta say, always lots to talk about with motorcycle sports. I think in general, I think the Dakar for me, Dakar Rally, has always been the pinnacle of motorcycle sporting, closely followed by the Isle of Man TT. Track racing is just fantastic. I as well. I like it, like MotoGP or World Superbikes, British Superbikes, that kind of thing. I love all that. But I've got to say, the Dakar and the Isle of Man TT for the ultimate in physical test, in not great circumstances, put it that way. On a track, you're relatively protected, I would say. You got long runoffs, it's a manicured surface, whereas the TT, it's on a road, and the Dakar is just horrendous. So I mean, that's where I'm at with those kind of activities. Motocross and enduro, I love. I mean, that's when I was a kid. I really I was participating in that kind of thing. That's my upbringing, really, with motocross from the scrambling, we used to call it back then. Back in the day, then scrambling, motocross, and then into enduro. I really like trials, but that was from my motorcycle side. And then football, sport as what I played was basically football. I mean, that's what I played as well. So I always had these parallel things. So listen, I've got both streams going up. I believe the Twitch one is up as well, and the YouTube is up as well. This is more of a test, really, to test my system, but also you can see I look like a bag of spanners today, so I do apologise for my appearance. It's not exactly fantastic, but so I've been suffering with illness the last few days, and I've one of the things on YouTube for the YouTube viewers as well watching later. I think I'm going to give the YouTube Shorts another go as well. And if you go to my website, I've got a little notices board there, and I've been given little tip or hints of what I'm going to be doing. So basically, I'll be explaining what 2023 is going to be all about. In terms of what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a lot more of these live shows. I'm going to try and go to multi-platform as well for that as well. But also, I'm going to go and all the other content that I was doing that wasn't working, that nobody was watching, or very few people was watching. That kind of content, either workshop stuff or motorbike stuff or motorcycle rides, I'm going to convert that sort of type of content, those ideas of content, into YouTube Shorts. So I think that they would work better in that rather than the long form stuff. My preference is always to do long form because I just enjoy longer conversations, enjoying longer discussions and stuff like that. Listen, thanks for all the messages. I'm going to go to the messages here as well. Let me see that. Hi, hello. I want to offer promotion for your channel. No, okay, don't think so. What do you recommend for a first Harley? 4000, 2003, 883, or 5000? Sorry, I did see this question earlier before, Don Bow, and I apologize. I just haven't got back to you. Again, really depends what you want, because obviously 2003 is a 20-year-old bike, right? 883, it's a 20-year-old bike. If you're going for a 2016 Street 750, it's a lot newer. Again, it depends how you find the bikes, what the mileage is, and everything like that. Personally, I think an 883 is a nicer looking bike, but it's a lot older, isn't it? So I would say the 883 for me as a preference, I would go for that. However, a 2000, you can't get away from the fact that 2016 750 Street is a great entry level bike. I think possibly 5000 is a little bit overpriced for a 2016 750, but there we go. I mean, I could be wrong there, but I'd just say, I think that's one of the failings of the Street. Well, 500s around the globe, but also the 750s here in Europe and also in the UK, is that it just wasn't a decent looking bike. I don't think. I think it had funny lines with it, and also a lot of the markets in which it was intended for, it was just overpriced. So I think that's it. Anyway, but anyway, hey, Mark Jacobs, good morning from oh crikey, Schenectady. I'm how you pronounce that? I have no idea. That's from New York. Hello. How are you? I wish I. Hold on, Schenectady. Never heard of that place, but brilliant. Thanks for joining in. I say this is purely just a test. I just wanted to give you a heads up that I'm going to be coming on later. I'm going to try and get myself sorted out and see where I'm at. I've got dual chat coming up from Twitch and also from YouTube as well. I know most of you are all going to be on YouTube right now, but so I'm going to try and open it up to different platforms at once. Different people like different platforms, right? So that's what it is. So basically, the just a heads up that the content from the YouTube channel will be lots of live shows, lots of live or discussion type of videos from this point of view. This will be my purpose studio from now on. And the kind of road stuff, or riding the bikes, or actually out and about type stuff, or even in the workshop type stuff, those are going to be converted into shorts. I'm not going to be making long form videos on those anymore, because it's just not being watched. It's, too much time goes into them for them to be not viewed. So I'm going to just turn those into shorts. And then occasionally, if I get a nice little bit on these live shows, I'll convert the topic of or the bit topic of a live show, and I'll put that out as a separate video if you're not really into watching the live shows as well. But as I say, it is a radio podcast thing. It is a bit. It's about. It's about everything, really. It's about having long discussions about various topics. And yes, right now, the last sort of month and a half, a lot of it has been about Harley Davidson and all the other manufacturers who've been releasing bikes for 2023. As soon as Harley Davidson now on January the 18th, which is in a couple of days' time, have shot their load, they've released what they needed to release, of course, then I'm going to expand this out to other interests as well. And yes, it's always going to be motorcycle focus and talking about different bikes and different things, but I'll be talking about motorcycle sports or sports in general or any other topical conversation of the day. I had to say, over the weekend, I had a really crappy day watching my West Ham United lose against Wolves again, and another loss. We're in the bottom three of the league. It's just disheartening, really. And I was very close to go and buy a pay-per-view of a YouTube boxing event, Misfits, and I was very close. I didn't succumb in the end. I think the problem with the YouTube boxing is that whilst it's good, it's entertaining, and they always talk about stories. And YouTubers, you talk about stories and you talk about entertainment value and all that sort of stuff, and I get that. But the problem is it's the quality of it. And I was watching a True Geordie bit the other day, or this morning actually, and he was talking about the problem with YouTube boxers is that their accuracy in punching isn't there. And that's it. I'm right on the same level with True Geordie here, because obviously he studied how boxing should be done, and this is how I've studied it for years and years and years. Of participating, getting a bit of coaching back in the day, but also just been a fan of watching it. And this is where I'm at with any sport or any activity. I really admire and I love to watch any discipline that is done well, whether it's motorbike racing, whether it's dancing, whether it's fighting, whatever it is, artists. If you see a standard that is that high, then you see even others who are pro level, but they're not that level, then you start really easily identifying the flaws in their game, let's say. So, in boxing, you can see when somebody's not holding their guard up, or they're not protecting themselves, or, their stance is wrong, or their movement is wrong, their leg position is wrong, the way they're swinging, they're swinging at the wrong place, they're extending their arms at the wrong place. It's just, and where they're getting caught, and you say, well, I can see that. So other people, they look at these other YouTube boxers, let's say, and they think, oh, well, they're fantastic. And then you think, no, they're not. But it's not about that per se. It's not about being a great fighter. It's also about putting on a good show. So, and I also have the same view in MMA, mixed martial arts, and the UFC and all these other various platforms that do it. When it comes to stand-up fighting, most of these guys just are not at that level in terms of fighting, as it were. They're at the same level and that's what makes it compelling, because they match people up, or they try to match people up who are at the same level. But when you're actually talking about the sweet science of boxing, let's say, it's just not there. So if you put them in a stand-up boxing fight with a proper boxer, and one of these MMA guys, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. This is the whole story, when Conor McGregor fought Floyd Mayweather. They're always talking about, oh yeah, look, Floyd Mayweather's going to be in trouble against Conor McGregor, and I was saying, no, he ain't. No, he ain't. He will not. There's no way that he's going to beat him in a stand-up fight, in an MMA fight, in a street fight. So I got lots of discussions, lots of questions about MMA. How valid it is in terms of a single discipline fight. If you try to match them up, which you can't really, because they're not at that standard. But as a mixed martial arts, yeah. But then again, you've always got rules within the MMA world as well. So when you talk about a street fight, then you're talking about something completely different again. So it's all over the place, really. And as I say, so I had a weekend of it where I was feeling ill. football gone down the drain. I was gonna watch this pay-per-view Misfits boxing, this YouTuber boxing. I wasn't sure about it. Then I watched the highlights, and I thought, yeah, it's just not accurate enough. And then I was looking at checking out the Dakar, and I was just amazed by the skill, the accuracy of these guys out there. And it's just, this is where I'm at. This is motorcycle sports, or sports in general. When I see something that is done fantastically well, that's what admires, that's what attracts me to it. When it's not that level, that's where I'm at with it. Anyway, I think I've harped on a lot about that. I think I've scared a few people off with that as well. But look, hey, skin and neck today. Oh, okay. So it was burned down in the 1600s by upset local Indians, so it's pronounced skin and neck. Today, no, that's not. That's you're winding me up there. I take it. No. Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's right or not. Anyway, listen, I will be on later on to say this is just a quick show here. I just wanted to see, and then I'm going to review the video feeds into Twitch and also into YouTube as well. See where we're at as well, and well, see what's going on. But so this is really just a quick update of what the channel is, and there's going to be stuff coming on later on, but also it's just giving you an idea what the live shows are going to be about. Lots of live shows, a lot more live shows. I'm going to be doing them on multi-platform. I may even take it to Facebook as well. I'll see. I'm not really sure about Facebook, but certainly YouTube and Twitch. I'm going to try and build up a following on Twitch as well, and just try and attract different people, different types of people who work off different platforms as well. And then release videos on YouTube as well. They'll all go to the website. That's all going to be shared out to all the different socials as well. So there's all the socials that you can support the channel just by subscribing, just by watching. You can do the Patreon thing if you want. You can do direct support via PayPal as well. That's all off the website. All the links are there as well. So listen, you can do all that, and everything's really appreciated. In the chats as well, you can do super chats, and on Twitch you can do all the different tiers and subscribe via Amazon Prime as well. All that kind of thing, and it all really helps. It all really helps to get things going and helping us keep on working, basically. Right, hold on, let me just see if that was working. Oh, okay. So I've got an interesting one here. So what I'm seeing on my chats on the screen here, which you're seeing, the chats are appearing at the top, or the latest ones, but on the direct, or the dashboard that I've got here, they're appearing at the bottom. So there we go. It's just a difference way it's setting up. But anyway, listen, I will be back later. There we go. There's the cough. And proper discussions then. And hopefully you'll be back for more. But say it's literally just a test this morning, just to see how it goes. Right. Anyway, a little bit later on, and I'll catch you again. Ta-da now. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. And I might as well do that. Ta-da.